Alright, all you daredevils and risk takers out there who refuses to listen to the do not try this at home sign before every show, welcome back to Under the Radar. And according to the maestro, with the current amount of stunts still stuck in the world of the Blue Muta Triangle on the Rockstar Socialclub page, once again we have to pull out the magical hat to see what stunt theme we're gonna have for this week. And according to the maestro, after picking a word out of the hat for this week in the form of jump, reminding me of the song I listened to prior to Under the Radar hitting the airwaves, and yes, it's the one by Van Halen, maestro, I think it's time for us to go into a very special Leap of Fate edition of the Wild World of Stunts. And the first stunt that we have up comes from Vinewood on Fire with their said stunt, Mega Ramp, Mega Jump 2. And this week, Vinewood on Fire would outdo themselves by not only shutting down the Los Santos freeway to pull off this stunt, but actually building two giant oversized mega ramps to pull it off. And according to the maestro, the length for this said mega ramp stunt would be well over 395 feet. And that was a ballpark estimate because I'm pretty sure that's about 500 feet out by the length of that ramp. But besides measurements for a ramp that I got a feeling I'm gonna have to ask Vinewood on Fire about one day when I interview them, during this said stunt they will pull off a beautiful half backflip going directly into a 360 landing on the other side of that giant oversized ramp with both wheels hitting the ground like what, maestro? Like a glove! For them to just ride off like nothing happened for the camera faded to black. Not bad. And the PR department, along with the doctors over in the corner with the maestro, is giving this stunt a perfect 10. Even though that they missed the ramp by a good couple of inches, but yeah, the fact that they were able to make it to the other side, very impressive. And make it to the other side without getting killed, even more impressive. And speaking of near-miss situations, folks, the next stunt that we have up comes from none other than Cheapin with his said stunt, Base Jump to the Gap of Train, or Base Jump to Gap to Train. Sounds like a stunt that would be pulled off during a Dave Mirra game, but with the fact that this stunt can only be pulled off with a parachute, I don't think so. Because during this said stunt, while being helicopter lifted above the giant oversized trestle bridge that would be featured in Los Santos, would see our stunner here called McCheapin, or M. Cheapin for short, would decide to pull off this incredible stunt by actually skydiving and threading the needle right through the giant oversized trestle bridge to land on the back of the train like what, maestro? Like a glove. And to prove that they were actually able to pull off this very impressive stunt, he was able to have a GoPro camera strapped to his head to show him threading the needle, landing on the train, and even pulling off the devil horns after successfully completing this stunt, all for the helicopter pilot to land near the ground for him to try to jump back onto the helicopter after the cameras went off. And according to the maestro, he was able to make it onto the helicopter without the blades cutting him into pieces. Nice! He must have been here before. And the next stunt that we have up comes from the stunner known as R24 Rio with his said stunt, GTA 5 Online Big 25 Car Jump. And I got a feeling this guy was definitely after Evel Knievel's record, and I'm surprised he wasn't mentioned earlier in the month when we featured people doing backflips, because this guy, during this said stunt, along with his assistant R2B for real, would be able to pull off a dual backflip from coast to coast while high-fiving each other in mid-flight, all while cars would explode from underneath them as he would make his way to the other side of this ramp by not only pulling off a backflip, but a 360 at the same time, pulling off what we like to call here a woo flare, all before landing on the other side of the ramp on both wheels like what, Maestro? Like a glove! For him to successfully pull off this trick along with his partner with no problems. Now, the fact that they were able to do this while cars were exploding underneath them was a stunt that I got a feeling should have been mentioned during the month of Extreme, but we just came upon this gem as of this week. So, according to the Maestro and the PR department, with the next stunt that they have called the Truck Trailer Catch, I got a feeling we're gonna be mentioning these guys for a long, long time in the future with their crazy antics, and they also get this stunt for this week a 10. And so do I, because that was nuts. And the fact that that limousine didn't pop that guy in the face in mid-flight while he was flying overhead, yeah, very impressive. Very impressive indeed. And the next stunt that we have up comes from the stunner Mark Verstappen with their said stunt, Hexer Jump. Now, Mark here, who is an avid bike collector, decided to take things a little bit to the extreme this week by using his Hexer bike to jump from rooftop to rooftop, and would do so by actually skimming a little piece of the roof to get a little bit more air off the ramp that he already jumped off of, for him to sail through the skies in super slow motion, for him to make his way to the other rooftop right across from the clothing store. Like what, Maestro? Like a glove? For him to just drive off like nothing happened. Now, the fact that he was able to do that and have enough momentum to stop the bike after he landed on that other roof, very impressive. Because he was about maybe, 10, 13 inches away from hitting that air conditioning unit that was on the roof. And if he had hit that, he would have been in some serious pain and most likely would have broken his knee, according to the doctor. But instead, broke his own record for the high long jump on the rooftop of building. There was a record for that? Well, the more you know, folks. The more you know. And the last but not least stunt, and I got a feeling something that this guy may have broken besides a record, will come from the stunner known as Epic Ninja 16. Nice name, by the way, with his said stunt, GTA 5 Insane Jump number 2. Now, I got a feeling we're gonna have to go back and review the first insane jump that he did, because after this jump, I got a feeling he should have been hospitalized, but he proved otherwise, because during this said stunt, while using his oppressor Mark 1, would fly directly into the air, jump off that said oppressor, thread the needle underneath the billboard, and I do believe an office building right next to a parking garage, for him to basically coup de grace the pavement, land on his back, and then just stand right back up. Now, mind you, it would have been a lot worse than the injury that the doctors are about to tell me that he got, which was 2 sprained ankles, because if he didn't deploy that chute when he did, and he had to hit that ground at full force on his feet, yeah, he would have broke them. That and his legs, and his knee, because this guy was traveling at a good, how fast was this guy going? According to the scientists that we have over there, about a good 235 miles per hour before sliding and threading your needle right underneath that makeshift sign under that parking garage warehouse that was next to the office building. Insane! And he was able to land this without getting hurt? Very impressive. And the PR department, along with the doctors and the scientists, along with me, give this stunt a perfect 10. Good job. Real good job, man. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out any other crazy stunners out there trying to get themselves maimed for unnecessary fame, you can go ahead and head on over to the socialclub.rockstargames page, only known as socialclub.rockstargames.com, to check out that video page, to check out a whole bunch of crazy stunners who looks at a "do not try this at home" sign, and instead of taking that as a warning, takes it as a challenge and tries to challenge themselves to leap further than no man has leaped before, and most likely leap their way into a hospital bed in the process. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back to this music once again, and when we return, we'll be back with another edition of the GTA Online Top 5 Tracks of the Week right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.